Real people, real celebrities, real talk.
Join the Breakfast Club.
Blast off in your ear.
Weekday morning, 6 to 10.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest that a lot of his fans and a lot of people been asking for a while now.
Yeah, man.
About time, Curren.
We in here, man. We in here, man. They said we could smoke in here, so we in here.
Dog.
We in here.
Spark up, bro.
Charlamagne, you know he can't smoke in here.
Machine Gun Kelly did.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Oh, do you have one of the vaporizers?
Machine Gun Kelly
Nah,
had
that
no
don't
vape.
count. Just give me a lighter.
No, you can't smoke in here.
Lighter, man. He don't work here.
Just give me a lighter,
We
man.
just
It's all
edit out
good.
me giving him permission and let him do what he got to do.
Oh,
Like, Curren, you got a real cult-like following, man. People would be like, yo, the greatest MC of all time is in town this week. Y'all gonna have him on the Breakfast Club?
That's tight.
From
That's
a
tight. I
long
see
time.
I'm like,
people
Hov
all
live here.
every morning. Every morning, somebody hit me and like, when are you gonna be on the Breakfast Club? I'm like, damn, yo.
And
I'm
I always
going.
be like, yeah, he's coming. And
Yeah, I
then,
don't know why they thought like we had issues.
Had
like
problems,
like
right?
y'all wasn't having me on this motherfucker.
it's like, come on, can I get on it? We was
and
like,
that,
no.
and that was never the issue. I was waiting until they built a smoking annex in here, and this morning we cut the ribbon off that motherfucker, and now there's a spot for me to smoke in here, so I always come through.
I walked out there and I could smell it. It smelled
Yeah.
like really good
Yeah.
weed, though.
Well, you know what I'm saying. That's
It
what I
don't smell
try to
like-
do. That's what I try to do. This my album coming out, man. So I gotta live the best.
But that's interesting. I saw you the other day because you did Uncommon Sense, and I
Yep.
didn't smell weed, and I was like, I thought something was wrong.
Well, because I had it all outside.
Gotcha.
I knew that was a
white
corporate.
establishment.
Yeah, I was like, man, I wasn't trying to mess that up. You know what I'm saying? And with this one, I would have did the same thing. But you pressed me so hard about the weed. I was like, you know what? Let me
I'ma
make
smoke.
sure
Yeah.
that I bring my because I should be able to burn in here. So,
You got to
yeah.
stop traveling with it, though.
Yeah, I don't.
There you go.
I don't. I never started traveling with it, man. People, I've seen people make mistakes.
Yes.
I've seen people take L's.
Well, I can see why your fans love you so much because you are constantly giving people music to listen
Yeah,
to
for
no
free.
matter what the situation is.
Absolutely.
It's like you never have a drought.
Nah, I figure that way I can always pay myself. As long as I got music out for free, people always want to go to a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Once I go to the show, that's going to cost money. It's going to cost you some money for me to come and do that. But you got the mixtape for free. So, you pay me then when I come back and do it. So I always could tour off of that mixtape.
Now, the
No,
first
we-
person you signed to, what was the first label you signed to?
No Limit Records.
2002.
No limit.
No Limit Records. A little bit before that.
A little
It was
bit
before that. Yeah.
And the first
yeah,
record you
yeah.
released was with Remy Ma, actually.
Oh, now
the
that
big
was with Cash Money.
That was with Cash Money.
That was with Young Money right
Bitch,
there.
where
That
the
was
cash
that
at?
was where the cash at.
So you
yeah.
signed with Master P.
Yeah, I signed with Master P prior to that.
And
Before
what
that was
happened with that
504
deal?
Boys. Nothing. I just knew it was time for me to bust a move as far as what I wanted to do. And
But
I
you've been
went.
signed a lot, too.
Yeah, you did a lot of situations.
If you look at it like this, like all the major labels in my city, it was only two, but I was on both of them.
All
You know
of
what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's a good thing. That's something to say. As long as you
And
could-
nobody
you
got no
could-
problem with you.
Nah.
Everybody's still cool. You
I
was able to get
still do records with either situation, but it's because I knew what I wanted to do was different than what was already being done, and I didn't want to try and mess it up. I didn't want to work at Burger King and try to revolutionize how they make the Whopper. They're already successful, and then when I went to McDonald's, I'm like, well, I don't want to restructure the Big Mac. I'm just gonna open my own burger place.
Right, breakfast all
And
day.
and we cook our burgers with weed.
You was part of a group at No Limit, right?
Yeah, I was in the 504 Boys.
So did you know, was that a group that they put together, or those was actually your partners?
Nah, I just stepped into that. I
Yeah.
came to do a record and meet Master P, and he was like, nah, this is great. And they photoshopped me into the, if you look at the cover for 504 Boys, Ballers, all of them have on white t-shirts, and then I'm like at the end, and I'm there in the studio picture, and you see the sun on me, like glowing off of me, and I got a different t-shirt.
Who was in that group? It was P,
It's all
Silk
right.
the Shocker.
It was P, Chopper Style.
Chopper Style.
Silk the Shocker, rest in peace, Mr. Magic, Tebow, the Firecracker.
Yeah. A lot of people.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was a few folks.
So how do you flip sides and go to Young Money? Because that's like the Bloods and Crips
Oh,
kind of. New Orleans, isn't it?
It's not that. There was no unspoken. There was no line drawn.
They just didn't work together yet.
They
back
just
then.
didn't work.
Yeah.
I don't know. They just didn't work. And when I left No Limit and was gonna do my own thing, I hollered at Wayne just about doing the record for my. I was just like, let's do some shit. And he was like, well, why don't you just come to Miami and we do something else? Like I'm doing my own thing. And he was starting Young Money as a label. He was like, let's just do that. So I went there and we were gearing up to do it. You know what I'm saying? And just right when it was all getting set up, I saw what it was gonna be, and that wasn't me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just
What do you mean it wasn't you though? Because I mean, Young Money turned into a powerhouse.
yeah, it's amazing what they did, but I'm just saying as far as the music that I was recording, if I listen to verses that I laid on Young Money records, like there's something about a assault rifle.
It didn't fit.
9mm, or maybe I got like
You wasn't
bricks
about that
in my
violence.
trunk, and
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
saying that shit
Yeah.
because that's what was being, you know, I didn't
Right.
want to mess it up, so I'm like, all right, I can do that too, you know what I'm saying?
I've seen it, I
but it
understand
wasn't
it.
what I wanted
Wasn't
to
you.
do, yeah, so I had to get out of there and just be completely honest, and the universe rewarded me for
Had
it.
you
Man, that
already
is real,
signed a
man.
contract, or did you
God's real.
or they just let you go?
Nah, well, we were doing all that, but we was friends, so it was no big deal. It's not like I had an issue. I was like, man, I'm legit about to go and do my own thing, and everybody was like, you crazy, like you're crazy, and would check in like, bro, you know, you don't have to, like, don't be so prideful, man, like it's all good. And I'm like, nah, I'm gonna be all right. I figured this shit out, and I figured it out.
Yo, you know what's so real about that? A lot of artists, you know, they do pretend. And I think by pretending, you turn out to be what you pretend to be. So you invite a lot of negativity.
Yeah, you
in your
get trapped.
life.
You get trapped. That's what I was saying. That's what I didn't want. You know, I like at my shows, sellout crowd, and there's people like throwing fruit snacks, you know what I'm saying, joints, bras, shit like that,
Yeah.
as opposed to me going to a show and having to have like bodyguards and walk through the crowd with like not avoid my crowd because I don't know somebody trying to snatch my chain or some shit because I didn't invited all that rah-rah shit to it. But I'm only talking about chilling, so it's only cool motherfuckers coming to the show. So.
Did you ever have those conversations with Wayne? Like, Wayne, you do not have to take the knife off the AK and cut these.
Nah, man, I was there and I was like, this is the machine. So I was just doing what a soldier's supposed to do and strapped my gun onto it and just lined up. And then I was like, man, you know, like, man, every time I shoot somebody, I'm sad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand this is what we're doing, but I'm like, bam, then I'm like, oh man, what about his family? So it didn't make sense for me to keep doing it.
So what did you do next?
You sound with Dame Dash.
I-
Was that Dame Dash?
Yeah,
Hold on, before that.
I just went
Independent.
just, you know, completely just doing my own thing.
You put out
I
a
was-
lot of
I
mixtapes,
put out
a lot of music.
shitload of mixtapes. I put out mixtape every month, and then I got the cover Double XL. Then they did the freshman 10 that year, and then after that, that's when Dame reached out because his nephews put him on my shit, so they reached out, and then we started that movie.
You did 2 albums there,
Yeah,
You
and
ended up
didn't get
suing
no
Dame.
money.
yeah.
You sued
But-
for $1.5 million.
Was that the figure?
It was more than that?
I don't know, man. I smoke a lot. Figures, I don't really remember, man. But we had already set up some other situations, and so I think that's why I didn't pay so much attention. It was more just the principalities to it, like Big Worm would say, man. It's just, you know, I did do some things, and
You
I
never
should
got
get
paid for
paid.
it.
yeah. So, but I had some other shit going on to where I wasn't really hurting, so that's why I never like was waving a flag, like, you know, blase blah. I had already some other projects going, and the paper was stacking. So,
But you still work with Ski Beats, though.
yeah, that's my homie. Absolutely.
Is
Steve
that when
makes
y'all
some
started
lovely
working
beats.
together because of Dame Dash?
Yeah. I would have never bumped into, you know, Found Ski, and for all the shit that he did, you know, it would have been ridiculous for me to let that relationship go, you know, to the wayside. So me and Ski still good money. I hope I ain't messing nothing up for you, Ski, but you cool with me, man. I don't really know. You all right? We all right.
But
That's
I
that.
heard you actually won the lawsuit with Dame, though.
Yeah, but you know, I think like part of that was like I can't even like say it. Or some
Talk
shit.
about it,
That was
right.
part of it.
Well,
You know, I
did
don't
you-
know
did you-
all that
did you at
legal
least-
shit.
I don't know what I got.
I don't know how it is, but it's like, yeah, it's like, yo, all right, that's part of it.
Did you get
So,
your
yeah.
money at least? Did you get something? Did you get a check?
He can't talk about it. He just said it's not
Something
part of
like
the-
that. Something like that. I think I could say something like that. Yeah, that's cool.
He's
Something
saying
like that.
Yeah, something
Everything's
like
over
that.
with.
Everything
That was
Gucci,
money.
man.
What's you and Dame relationship now? It's in the win.
Yeah, you know.
you
You
sell
don't like
What
him?
you do?
you sell cookies. Or,
Huh?
no.
Did you see when he was up here?
Nah, I saw a piece of it, but
Yeah.
I didn't wanna to listen to it and see like in case it was, you know,
About
something
you, you don't wanna get yourself
unsavory.
upset, right?
Unsavory. I didn't even want.
You're like, I don't even wanna upset myself.
You know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I wouldn't fire back. So it was like, what's the point in even hearing it? You know,
Right.
I'm not worried about that shit.
Now, when you was with Young Money, was one of the reasons you left also because you saw how Baby did business, maybe?
Nah, cause me and Wayne was tight. Me and
Yeah,
Wayne
yeah.
was on that. So as far as in my mind and heart, I was like, well, me and you gonna do this business. So because I'm looking at you, so this will be cool. It's just and had I stayed and did that, I'm pretty sure that would have been on up and up because me and him was right next to each other.
And why you think he'd have paid you? He don't pay nobody else.
Who?
Baby.
No, I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about Wayne.
He
Wayne
said
didn't
him.
get paid either.
No. But Wayne would have paid me mine. Because we would have made but if we was in business,
Got you.
then that you know what I'm saying, then he would have paid me. That's how I figured that.
And that was
I in
early on
business
too.
with
I don't
him,
know
yeah.
if people were aware of all those financial issues.
Yeah, that was just me. That was two homies in business. I know there would have been third and fourth parties all involved, but I got third and fourth and fifth parties too. That would have been like, okay, let's make sure this goes.
And you say that was early on. The Hot Boys was getting it too. Juvie, BG, all of them, Manny Fresh, all of them complained.
At one
about
point, I don't think they cared at the time. They were just happy for show money and all that. I don't think it was they were.
it. No,
looking
they
to tap
complained.
deep
They
into it.
definitely complained. Absolutely.
Now you were on Lil Wayne's newest mixtape, and people talk about how they love your verse.
Yeah, yo, there's an Instagram meme for it. It's Leonardo DiCaprio as the Wolf of Wall Street, with the midgets and everything going crazy behind him. He's just standing there looking smug, and it's like when you heard Spiller's popping verse and you knew he was nice the whole time, and everybody else was going crazy, some shit like that. But yeah, that's tight.
And then on your first single, Bottom of the Bottle, is you, August Alsina, and Lil Wayne.
That's a whole New Orleans package right there. That's a po' boy sandwich.
Some people were saying,
Why bottom of the bottle? Because you a smoker.
Yeah, well, because
it's about a woman.
yeah, and shaped like a bottle.
Oh, so like
You know
the bottom of
what
that pill.
Man,
What?
well, I mean,
It's like it's
like the
somebody
bottom of a
holding a
bong
woman like you
also,
hold
man.
the bottom of
check
a
it
bottle.
out. I've made bongs out of bottles. So you know what I'm saying. You put water in the bottom of that, and that's or you could go that way too, or you could go that way.
You a
Either
real,
way, man.
you a real stoner though. Like you like a hippie almost.
Yeah, well, I've heard that, but I don't know, too much what that means. Those guys they had a movement,
It was
and
about
there was
peace and
something
love.
going on. There was something going on. I'm about all of those things too, so I assume so. But I hear so many people staple that onto themselves. Oh, I'm a hippie. Like, what? What's that mean?
Yeah.
What's your
You know
relationship
what I'm
with
saying?
Wiz? Because you and Wiz seem like the same.
Yeah.
Piece,
Well, that's my brother, man.
Y'all supposed to do an album one time. You, him, and Big
3
Sean.
mixtapes together.
Well, nah, we never said that. All we said was we were doing the mixtape. We were doing work, and we did 5 records. We put them out every day. We put one out. The next day we put another one out, and it was like that's the whole tape.
Right.
Nobody just knew. Everybody was waiting on artwork and the track list, and it's like, no, y'all getting it right now. And we were saying that every time. I'm like tweeting that. He's tweeting like, y'all don't even really know what's going on, and everybody just retweeting like, yeah, we don't even know what's going on. Like it's the
viral.
tape. Like we giving y'all the tape right
Now, did you think about this first single? Were you like, okay, we're gonna make this like a radio type of song?
No,
because
this
it
just
kind of
happened.
I hear it on the radio.
I know, and that's new to me because I live in the underground. You know what I'm saying? And the record was done, and when it played back, I was like, oh, like this one of those joints. But I just figured maybe people wouldn't even pick it up. Like when they saw my name, they'd be like, oh, it's more of that. Let's not even play it. But people gave it a chance, and now it's
You
just,
selling out, bro?
Nah.
I was excited.
on,
I would think that
Curren.
people listen.
Absolutely not, and my people know that I'm not. I was concerned. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as the record played back in the studio, I was like, "Damn!" Like
I got a
we
radio
did this,
record.
but I probably killed everything else. Everybody else might be upset, but they know one thing: that shit would have happened anyway because that's all New Orleans. Had I reached outside and like got like Katy Perry to sing by my bow and got a verse from just somebody who I don't know, who I never smoked weed with in my life.
So you're saying
you know
it
what
was
I'm saying?
organic, it's
Yeah,
natural,
yeah.
it makes
it was
sense.
it was nothing in the budget. You
It
go in the
wasn't
budget to
gimmicky.
make some shit like that happen.
Yeah.
Then maybe let's say he's changing it up.
But do you
I
see
didn't
that
even know
you?
he was on a major.
Yeah, I know because
did
I'm
you
just
feel-
I
chilling.
didn't know that
Like
either. I thought you were independent as well.
yeah, well
You've been on Warner though, and then on Atlantic.
but they don't try to press on me because they know everything that I did that made them even want to go into business with me. I did it like just on
your
my
own.
own and just so it's like you can't really don't f with it.
But do you feel like you have new fans now that are just now going back
I think
to
it's
listen
gonna
to?
happen this time.
Right.
I think Canal Street Confidential, just with the fact, like, all right, look where I'm at right now, talking about the album.
You could have
So
been
it's-
came up here, Curren.
All right, dig, but I'm here right now, and we got the
Okay.
album in here right now. So people who don't know anything are just like, yo, all right, he's stoned, he's cool. I'm gonna go pick it up, and then they'll give it a shot, and then they'll see what everybody was trying to tell them for years and years and years. So maybe they go back and dig into the catalog and see what's up. But I feel like this album would be the one that does it.
Why Canal Street Confidential? Is that like Canal Street, like over there where they sell a bootleg?
No, it's in New Orleans.
Opposite. It's the exact
got one
opposite
in
of
New
that.
Orleans?
Yes.
There's fake. I know there's fake everything on that Canal Street.
not at Canal
But
Street,
if you go on
Louisiana.
Canal Street in New Orleans, that's where your real Rolex is. That's where your better hotel. That's where your real good bowl of gumbo is. Anything you trying to get to Bourbon Street, French Quarter, all that
You
shit,
know,
right
I be on
Canal
Bourbon Street.
I know. I tried to tell you go get the barbecue.
He did. I
oysters
went when
down
you
at the
told me
end.
that.
Oh, all right, cool.
At what point did you start being able to shop on Canal Street in New Orleans?
At which point?
Yeah, in your life.
Right when I started doing my thing with No Limit.
Yeah.
I went home. I went to school. My mom worked at the school. I gave my mom like $500, and then
You
I
selling
left,
dope, or
I
that
left
was advance
school.
money?
No, this was just Master P. Just like, what you about to do? They're like, you about to go home? What you about to go home and do? You know what I'm saying? And gave me like $4,000. That was like crazy, you know what I'm saying? So I like went to school and was like, I don't want to sit here. I got $4,000. And my mom worked at school, so I like went. I gave her $500. I was like, yo, just hold this right quick. I'm about to bust a move. And I went out. And
So you
just,
paid
like,
your mom to cut
made
school.
a little move. Yeah. legit. Yeah, I went
mom to
out.
turn her head.
I went on Canal Street and I bought the whole house stuff. Like I bought shit for the house, and my mom definitely thought that I made an illegal move.
Right.
She's like, "What's up?" She's like, "Thanks, but what?"
Thank you, but
What's come talk just me and you. You know what I'm saying? Like on the porch. Like we don't have to talk in front of nobody. Like tell me what's up. Like nothing.
You
Master
talking
P.
about rapping?
Like Master P gave me this. You know what I'm saying? It's
She
all
didn't
good.
believe you.
She ain't say for what?
Nah, she didn't buy that either. She didn't buy it either. She had to hear raps. She had to hear rap music, and I was concerned about her hearing what I was saying because that was that too. I'm talking about kidnapping.
Violence, right.
It's going down at the tank. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, hey, here's the proof. You know what I'm saying? You all right with that? She was just cool to hear that I had done something, so she wasn't worrying about it.
Were you ever in the street? Was you always a cool?
I was always 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I never wanted to be. I always was there to see exactly what I didn't want to happen to me, and that's what'll slow me down enough. You know what I'm saying?
You ever shot
hang
somebody?
out. Nope. Hang.
like
nope.
he's gonna say I
I've been
shot
now,
somebody.
now. You ever been in a car that's been fired out of?
That's the first time-
motherfuckers like you didn't authorize this. You just trying to go to the basketball game.
That's how I caught my first
Yeah,
charge.
so shit like that, you know, it'd be like, all right. So when y'all call me again tomorrow night, you want to go to such and such? Nah, my nigga, I'm gonna kick back for a minute. I'm gonna play Resident Evil.
And you know if the
just do
police
that
catch
shit,
y'all,
man.
they taking all
Yeah,
y'all to jail
everybody
like
go.
y'all shot.
Everybody
And
go.
I got homies that's still in jail right now from just taking rides and shit like that, man. So I learned my lesson. I knew what I wanted to do. I mean, look at C Murder. That's like one of my best friends, man, and that's a mess. And
You
it
see
never
much younger
got
than C
clear.
Murder.
It never got clear. Yeah, I know, but I still was a little homie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He was cool. He really looked out. That dude used to pick me up and on Jordan days and shit, bring me to get Jordans, bring me to school, all that play shit. Man. So
How did you get a love for weed? Because in New Orleans, heroin is real big. It is
people
now.
like it.
They like that
people,
dog in New Orleans.
People like heroin. But people like heroin anyway. It's a strong thing.
No,
I think
New
'cause they
Orleans-
try it. They try it. I guess it just talks.
In
some,
New
but-
Orleans, it seems like recreational. Like I know
Whoa.
young dudes. Like,
I know
yeah,
functioning heroin addicts. But I know some functioning heroin addicts all over the map. You know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, the weed thing is just, I don't know, the way it sets everything chill.
It's
and
a
the way
great
it made the world
bonding
just cool
thing.
for me. And you realize everybody smokes weed. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't never
Just-
took a break, like I'm gonna not smoke for however
When I broke my leg, I didn't smoke for 2 days because I was in the hospital.
2 days.
Yeah, and when I got home, it was really a judgment thing. I was like, damn, I want to smoke so bad. My mom here taking care of me, though. So I'm like, Mom, if you go in my closet, you know, move these shoes aside. I got this right there. Bring me my tray. And then my mom just brought out my weed.
She probably smoke with you.
And she's like, how much of this stuff is in here? You know what I'm saying? Like, she's like, don't live like this. If somebody just come in, you're going to go to jail. I'm like, man, look, you know, this is what's going on, man.
Who's the craziest person you smoked with?
Method Man.
Why?
Method Man.
Why?
You know what I'm saying? Because this dude walks he walks on the crowd. I seen stage diving and all that. I don't support none of it. I broke my ankle jumping off of a stage once. Not stage diving, just trying to go
And
get in
people
the
get
car.
lawsuits all the
Just
time.
trying to get in the car and I broke my ankle. So no way. But this dude walks out on people's hands. You know what I'm saying? Like full body weight across the you know what I'm saying? Off the weed, just go do his thing and that's the craziest world to me.
Do you remember your first blunt?
Yeah, I do. I always tell people that I was watching Chris Rock. I think it was called Bigger and Deffer, and I thought I was watching Martin Lawrence. You So Crazy, and I really legit thought I saw the leather little baseball jersey Martin was wearing. I thought I heard his voice, and I was like, this is not right, but I like it, and I stayed.
I like it.
Who'd you smoke with?
With my girlfriend at the time.
She introduced you.
Yeah, absolutely. This girl that I was fucking with, she was always smoking, and I was like, Captain Buzzkill. I was like, yo, so I mean, now what
You
you
just
gonna do?
smoke?
You high? You want to get some snacks now? You want to go to sleep? You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna freestyle? You know? But she one day, like legit, was like, just shut up, bruh, and just hit it one time. And I pulled it once, and I choked a little bit, and I pulled it again. I passed it, and I was like, this shit not working. And then I realized that I thought I was watching Martin Lawrence. I'm like, let me hit it again, you know? And I was like, all right, cool. My bad. I apologized. I apologized to her. Like the rest of the night and that morning
Sorry
I woke
for
up, I'm like,
bothering
man,
you.
my bad. Like it had to be a pain in the ass. She really was trying to stick with me because she dealt with sober buzzkill me. And then when I hit the weed, it was all good.
Life that night too.
I didn't even know who I was feel like. I didn't want to say this. I didn't want to go that far and just say this is part of the story I never finished. But that night I kept like wondering who it was. I'm like, who is this? But I was so high, I didn't know what was going on. You know, I was thinking about so many like people like chicks from the past, and I just like, I think that's who this is.
Like,
I'm sure that's who this is. And I'm like, open my eyes, I'm like, all right. I know.
Are you sure that was just weed?
It was just weed. It was just weed, but I had went so long just without smoking weed. I hadn't smoked weed till I was 19.
Wow.
Yeah, I wasn't like little guy behind the project building smoking weed like 12 years old.
Did you do anything? No drinking?
Nothing, man. I used to
No
take
daiquiri shots?
Benadryls and NyQuil.
Benadryl and NyQuil.
Yeah, I used to be full of that.
Benadryl?
Yeah, God bless the dead. Soldier Slim went to his grave thinking I was on heroin because I remember he came in the studio one day and I was asleep under a coffee table on NyQuils and Benadryls, just knocked out. When people would smoke weed, I would just take NyQuil. And I remember the homie was like, man, Shawty full of that good dope under there, huh? And I was so NyQuil'd up, I couldn't defend myself. I wanted to be like, no, it's flu medicine, man. But I was just like, fuck it. I just let it go, man.
Soldier Slim in hip hop heaven telling
yeah,
Pop that you a dope
man,
addict.
and I didn't get up. I didn't get up to say it, man. So yeah, ain't no telling what he telling Pac and Biggie.
What are the
about
rules
it, man.
for smoking weed, like with people that you don't know? I know you said,
I don't.
everybody throws.
I don't smoke weed with people I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't pass my weed either.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even to Wiz?
Nah, he got his own weed.
But y'all, it's not just only
I
you.
love
This
that.
is
He
for
got
you.
his own. Yeah, he got his own weed. I got my own weed.
Wiz grows his own weed. That's what he
we
told
both
us.
got our own strains.
But what if
got
he come
KK
out to
and I
New
got-
Orleans and
No.
he didn't bring?
Well, if he come down and he can't find none, then I can give him some of mine. He got to roll his own and light his own. I'm not gonna pass mine.
Oh, that's like a germ thing.
Cause it's just soon as I stop smoking, as soon as I pass it, I'm not high no more. I'm only high while I'm smoking.
Is that like a broke? Is that like? Do you
Like
feel
when
like
it's out, I'm done.
you feel like broke people pass blunts? Because if you got
That's a
enough
good
money,
way to conserve it. I understand that's how it started. I mean, I remember going in on a bag of weed, you know what I'm saying, and like waiting my turn and getting mad at motherfuckers holding it and shit. Like they get mad at motherfucker for wetting it up and shit like that. So with this, you know, once you achieve something in life and if weed's important to you and you can make it to where you got enough of it, there's no point in passing it.
But isn't it like a bonding thing, though? To pass
Yeah,
the
I'll
blunt?
give you some.
You said,
Okay.
roll
Now
and you gotta
feel
roll your
just
own.
like me. Here is the same weed. You know what I'm saying? Let's watch the same movie, but like you drink Hennessy. If I drink Hennessy
Remy.
and you drink, all right,
I
you
drink
drink
Hennessy.
Remy, whatever you drinking. You know what I'm saying? That's in your cup. Now, if I drink that too, I can't just like, man, let me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's your shit.
I
So
agree
that's
with
how
that.
I feel about it. I'm like, this mine.
Okay.
You know. Now you want some Hennessy? Here's a cup. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. You know. That's how I feel with
It's
it.
like somebody having a condom on, and you be like, yo, let me borrow the condom you got on your.
That is not the same
I guess
thing.
right, yeah.
Come on, now,
it's
that's
the,
just
it's the
ridiculous.
same
It is not the
motherfucking
same
thing.
thing.
It's the same thing.
You're not gonna
It's the
put
same
nobody's
thing.
penis.
It's the same thing. Yeah, like here, man. No
I
problem.
never thought of it like that.
Yeah.
You grow. You say you and Wiz got your own strains, right?
Yeah.
You grow it yourself?
Nah, not me. I got like scientists doing that type of thing. Got Pilot Talk OG, and I got 2 other strains in development right now. I'm probably gonna name one Canal Street Confidential. I'm a fan of LA Confidential. That's a strain, and it's not an OG, but it's fairly strong. When I first really started smoking like rap weed, you know what I'm saying, like on the weed, fucking
Rich
yeah, LA Confidential was like one of the first ones I grabbed. That and Bubba Kush, but then OG wrecked everything for me. So now I got like my own strain of OG, and I'm working on 2 different ones.
How do you get your own strain, though? Like, how you just know a scientist?
Well, they know you. those scientists
Right.
and those people who run those dispensaries,
They
they
definitely
know
know
who's
you.
got their fingers on the pulse of that market. They know
Gotcha.
who's making people smoke weed. They know who them kids coming in there listening to when they buying that shit. So they're like, well, shit, I need to get with him about that shit. And it's cool. It's
Right,
just
that
like
makes
anything else,
sense.
like clothing and anything. They're like, I need to put my weed on this to make everybody else go do it. So it's all good.
Do you pay attention to stuff like the legalization of marijuana throughout the country and stuff like
Well,
that?
I pay attention to it in New Orleans because I'm waiting.
Right,
Yeah, I pay attention. Anywhere once it's legal, that's like #1 tour stop. I'm like, all right, make sure we route Denver 2 times this year because we can live our life over there, you know, as opposed to when you're trying to get through the South and you're looking at that bus, you know what I'm saying, and they're like, that might be the one to pull over and shit. It's crazy, you know, so I'm just waiting on it to be a little bit better. New Orleans is working. We already got the oil and some of that shit, so you got to be it's a real criteria you got to go through to be able to get it. But just the fact that they did that, I know they're making steps. And I know you can have like less than an ounce on you. You won't go to jail.
In New York,
Just get a
too.
fine.
The same thing.
You got a
Yeah,
medical marijuana
that's
card?
pretty much making it legal to me.
Yeah,
I got
pretty
the
much.
weed card, but now that I know like you're not gonna take me to
Right.
jail,
I'm okay with paying a fine.
Because I got arrested once in Baton Rouge, like an hour away from New Orleans, and they handcuffed and started reading the rights, and then they was like, "You're under arrest, but okay, uncuff me." Like, now go do your show. Like, I'm not f***ing under arrest. I didn't
Right.
understand how that went, but I had to go to court and I had to do a lot of shit. So I was legit
It was
under
annoying.
arrest. I was for sure under arrest, but I didn't know that's how it worked.
So what's your condition if you got a medical marijuana card? What you suffer from?
Oh, come on.
What illness?
Sleepless nights.
You
Yeah,
need to
people do
sleep.
do that.
Yeah,
You need a
yeah.
weed nap.
Yeah, I can't sleep, man. So you got to smoke to be able to go to sleep. You got to medicate to rest.
You still go
That's
to Mardi
legit what
Gras
it
every
is.
year?
If I'm somewhere, I got a condo on Canal Street, so if I'm there and it's passing, then yeah. But if I'm at my house, nah, I'm not even tripping. I don't really go out there no more. All your shoes get stepped on. That's all I remember from being a kid, like busting my ass to get Jordans or some shit like that, and then going to a parade, and then rest in peace in them at the end of the night. And it's like, and I mean, sometimes when you hear about shootings and shit like that, them parades, that's what it was. It's a motherfucking shoe got stepped on, like, you know
That's
what
the
I'm
reason
saying?
why.
Because you come out there so fresh, but then you get stepped on, and some people just can't handle
The
it.
next thing you know, you on a T-shirt.
And I don't want to be in the mix, so I stay, I watch it from the spot.
Are you
I come
really-
downstairs sometime, but not too long.
Are you really Wiz's son's godfather?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Little
You know what
bash.
that means,
Baby
right?
bash.
That's a
That
lot of
means
responsibility.
that God forbid anything happens to my brother, that I'll be the one building that kid's bikes and skateboards and shit. And that's fine.
Yeah, you
I
do that
shit
anyway. How about
Do
anyway?
it anyway. I
Yeah.
do that shit anyway, man. That's my little man. Dude's name is Bash. And that's either a party or an explosion. It's a sound effect or an event. So when you got something like that, you're destined for greatness. I'm just glad to be in this corner.
I feel
How did you
Yeah.
and Wiz get so close?
We was broke, man. So, when you broke together and you gotta go half on orange chicken and decide if y'all gonna pay for weed today or pay for a studio or go to a studio where maybe you could get in some crazy crossfire or there's drug deals going on, but that one's free.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? We went through a lot of shit to make How Fly. So once everybody reacted to it and was happy with it, we just was like, that's it.
But
I mean,
I'm
it's just
saying,
unspoken.
he from Pittsburgh, you New Orleans.
Yeah, well, that was MySpace. He hit me on MySpace and was like, yo, let's do a record. And I didn't respond to him because I thought I did it in my mind. I was high when I read it, so I thought I typed, like, cool, let's do it. But 2 years had passed. MySpace died, Twitter came, and when I made a Twitter account, like, the first few tweets that were directed towards me was his fans mad at me for fronting on him for the last tape. They're like, yo, Wiz said he sent you a record like last year and you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh shit, my bad. What's his, how do I find him? And then I found his Twitter and we've been cool since then.
Dope.
Yeah. And then when we stepped in and started clicking, you can't really trust everybody. Once your money start clicking and once it start working, I'm like, well, shit, only one I'm gonna hang with is you, and I know you don't want nothing. He know I don't want nothing, so.
It wasn't no ego because both of y'all blew up.
Yeah, we was both cracked. So.
And y'all both
Isn't it?
good people.
Yeah,
Like,
he's a legit
absolutely.
good guy.
Was a
I'm
good
trying to
guy.
figure out how Sean fit into that because Sean don't smoke like that.
Nah.
He don't smoke at all, I don't think.
He smoked. I when I see him, I pressure him. I'm like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Smoke. I heard what you said on that song. I heard you say it, so smoke it. You know what I'm saying? But he burned a little bit, but I don't think he get torched
How
like
funny
that.
does Big Sean look when you're high?
He looks the same. He looks like the same guy.
His head don't look bigger.
No, I mean I don't study him when I get. I don't study him when I smoke weed. I'm just off on my own.
How funny does Charlamagne look when you're high?
The same as when he looks now.
Nah, he's the same guy, man.
Same funny looking guy now.
Same guy, man.
Now you gonna spark up or what, man? Come on, Canal Street Confidential about to be out.
Yeah, nobody reached me a lighter yet. I got these promotional lighters.
I want to see him be a rebel.
I'm gonna send from down. I'll send for some lighters from downstairs. We got some Canal Street Confidential lighters, so I get those up here.
Nobody here got lighter?
It'll be legendary though if I do that. That y'all will have to air that forever.
Do it.
Like, of
Don't
course,
do
I'll
it. Don't
never
do it.
be
Come
here.
on, we're gonna get in trouble.
Of course, y'all will never be able to bring
Atlanta
me
gonna
here
pay the
again.
fine.
But y'all will air that forever. That shit will go down in history.
Well, ladies
You
and
know,
gentlemen,
I have one more question I wanted
ahead.
to ask you. Why do you think that bounce music never really got as big in other places as it is in New Orleans? Because every time I go there,
I think
Bounce
it's
music
getting
is
like
crazy.
that now. I see Frida
Frida
got
got
his
a show.
own TV show and shit like
Sissy
that. So
Nori, when
he got one too?
well, no, I was saying when I go out there, I always hear them play it. I always, you know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe because the people who run that part, the front runners in that music world, people might feel like their lifestyles are a bit taboo, and they were afraid to maybe publicize it or embrace it. But this year,
Like a year for it.
it's just going down. So you know what I'm saying?
So bounce music is a gay thing?
Nah. But I'm just saying the front runners,
Right.
Like
the
Frida?
people who, the
Yeah.
motherfuckers who are killing the game right now, just have that lifestyle. So maybe people were just afraid, but I see nobody's tripping right now. So it's going down. So.
But I think we gonna be hanging out with you in New Orleans, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
we
man.
are. We doing a party
I got
together.
I'm on one of them flyers.
So
I'm on one of them fancy. I know he's not,
Charlamagne.
but
You know he's not.
I'm telling him about an achievement I made. I'm on one of those fancy like rap event party flyer things with like
Hosted
yo,
by
check it out.
Currency.
Now, I never seen myself on one of them things.
I
There's a
ain't lying.
basketball. Never.
I didn't want to say your name.
Never.
I don't believe
There's
that.
a basketball player. And Wayne's baby's mom,
Toya.
she's on there, he's there, and I'm just like chilling like with a joint just in the picture, just like that.
Well,
So
happy
it's all
birthday to
good.
Larry Murrow.
Yeah,
We're gonna
that's
be
what
out.
Smoke with you when we come out.
Oh
there.
yeah, I'm gonna get
We're not
y'all
gonna smoke
toasted.
with you. You're gonna give us some
Torched.
smoke.
That's my
Everyone's gonna
birthday
get
week, too,
torched.
so I'm
Everyone
excited.
will be torched. You might need to try and figure that out, man. You
No,
might
I'm
need
cool
to come
on
down.
that.
And then I'm going to Baton Rouge the next day for another party.
You can't. Nah.
We appreciate you joining us. Finally,
Oh,
man.
good. Yeah, man, we
Album
done it. We
stores
done that. We
right
done
now.
that. Canal Street
Make
Confidential.
sure you go get it.
Your
Yep,
album
yep.
came out on Jay-Z's Born Day. That's
Yeah,
big.
man, it's a gift. Yo, man, hold. Hopefully somebody will drop one off. If not, it's all good with buying yourself a birthday present.
There you go.
Go on out there and pick it up, bro.
Did you ever
and,
meet
and
Oaf?
see what's going on? No, but I definitely spoke via text through J Electronica. J Electronica rode up on a motorbike one dusty day in New Orleans.
One
Just
dusty
pulls up-
day.
It was dusty. He just comes out of a cloud of dust on a f***ing Harley, and that's when the drop crotch sweatpants. I'd never seen those. He was like, "Yeah, I got these from London." He's just talking. He's like, "Man, Jay-Z likes your shit, bro." He's like, "Check it out," you know what I'm saying? And he fucking hit him like, "Yo, what's up?" And Jay-Z's like, "Keep flying." So I'm like, well, this is the point where I either say, I got a joint for you, or I just let that shit go, and I just let it go. I was like, for sure, man. Like, what do you say?
Right.
I'm sending you a beat. What's the email?
You probably feel the time will be right, I think.
Yeah, something will
It'll
happen.
happen.
You should have said, "Hey man, I should have signed to you instead of Dame." That's what you should have said.
Ladies and gentlemen, Currency!